Remember, Braun Strowman was let go and brought back. Yep. And when they brought Strowman back, it was the same thing. Where is Braun Strowman now? They let him go a second time. You mean to tell me they're not going to go down that same exact road with Aleister Black and Rusev 6 months from now?
I always go back, and I'm going to say this, not because of all the heat that he's getting now, but because this is something, I think this is one of the latest people, and this was like 2010, 2011, I think around 2010. This is one of the things that WWE got right when it comes to booking someone and making them feel like a star. This was 15 years ago when they gave Alberto Del Rio vignettes. Week after week after week. It was very similar to a Razor Ramon type of
Val Venus.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that was almost 30 years ago, though. I mean, there are so many other people during your time, and even, Kurt Hennig. But I remember 15 years ago, they really made Alberto Del Rio look like an absolute star. I know a little bit about his time in Mexico and when he was in a mask. Dos Gatos Jr., I believe his name was. I knew a little bit about that just because I'm more of a historian and things like that, but I didn't know too much of his work. But at the same time, it's like I didn't need to. And that's where it should be now. I didn't need to know nothing about this guy. Mm-hmm. I knew that based on what WWE was perceiving him to be, he came out a star. And the first match he came out in his limo, came out with the scarf, had Ricardo Rodriguez do the announcement. He looked so big that it worked, man. And that's the reason why it wasn't like shocking or surprising or even negatively received when he became world champ so quick. Yeah. Because he looks so big, man. And it's like, that's what you got to do with these wrestlers, man. And it goes back to your point, Vince. That's the difference between Vince McMahon and Triple H, man.
Chris, and here's the thing. There is a blueprint of, bro, you know me, Chris. This is such a big pet peeve of mine. I love mistakes because that's how you learn. Yep. That something went wrong, didn't go the way you planned. You look at it every which way. What did I do wrong? You examine it. You make sure you don't do that again. I cannot tolerate making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. And then like, wait, what do we do wrong? Chris, remember Braun Strowman was let go and brought back. And when they brought Strowman back, it was the same thing. Where is Braun Strowman now? They let him go a second time. You mean to tell me they're not going to go down that same exact road with Aleister Black and Rusev 6 months from now?
Good point, man. Yeah. Well, we've already seen by their debut match how much they think of them as far as where they are on the pecking order. I mean, they're not even being booked to look like stars. Yeah. And it's just like so many people, they're like, yeah, well, look, wait, let them cook. Yeah. What was that ever a thing when it came to building stars from Vince McMahon? You're going to talk about let them cook. What? Yeah. What does that even sound like? Building a star. You're saying let him cook? Yeah. You're going to having a string of matches against mid-carders?
That's what I was going to say. Let him cook in a match against the Miz.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, go cook. Yeah, go ahead, cook. Let us know when it's time to turn you over.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. That's what I'm saying, man. It's
right. But by the time he's done cooking, it's Thanksgiving and he's fired. That's exactly what's happening.
It's unbelievable because when you were just, my God, bro, you were just laying out examples from like freaking 1990. And as you're laying out examples before you even said it, I'm thinking Kurt Hennig.
Of course.
Bro, do you understand? We're talking, Chris and I are talking about things that happened 35 years ago that we remember. Are you going to remember Rusev came back against Otis? No. Are you going to remember that? We're talking about monumental vignettes, building characters that for 3.5 decades, Chris, he was on the golf course. He was on the bowling alley. We could tell you every which one. Bro, the $1 Million Man, they did the vignette in the ring, kicking the ball from that kid. That was a vignette. That was a vignette.
Absolutely. 100%, man. 35 years from now, we're not going to be talking about in 2060. Man, you know what? In May of 2025, Rusev was cooking. He was cooking. That's not going to be on our bingo cards for a random May in 2060, man. And that's the things that we have to think about from a more projective standpoint. Yep. Who cares about Rusev and Aleister Black cooking? Yeah. Like what?
Yep.
That's not how you build. That's not how you build stars, man. Yeah. Like we're not saying, oh, Batman, give Batman some time. He's cooking. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. It's okay. Well, there's a villain that's plowing through everybody else that Batman has to save the city from. Period. It's not like we're going to go against boom and boom and boom and boom and boom. Yes, there's the minions that come. But he's destroying the minions. Like he doesn't go like, how like you have those movies and you have the minions that come in between and before like the henchmen. He's just boom, 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 boom. Like he's not going 50-50 with the henchmen and then going against the evil boss at the end.
Chris, I can go back freaking 40 years. Fuji Vice. Fuji Bandito, where Morocco and Mr. Fuji were the worst actors in the world. You could see Morocco looking off, reading cue cards. And the Fuji's here. He's reading a cue card here. And bro, we're talking mid-'80s now. Mid-freaking 80s, Chris.
Yep. Absolutely. I remember when the machines were coming to the WWE.
Yeah, I do too, man. I do too.
I was up there in Japan. I loved it, man. It was, and Albano was cutting promos.
Oh, God, bro. Yeah.
That was fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic.